define love for what it is or what people feel like it is, compassion, unconditional. You start to learn and lean into the things that society says love is, right? Love is monogamy, love is marriage, love is gender roles, love is children. When you start to detach love from those things, do those things still hold weight? Like, in a world where people are seeing love in a larger scope than a romantic, physical connection, what happens to marriage? What happens to monogamous relationships?
It's not about joy all the time, you know. Even though that person is imperfect, it's like you can still like see them for who they are. You know, you can see them for the inside of who they are. You know, it's accepting them even when they don't even make sense. Even when they don't make sense. I mean, you know, love is your best friend. Love is your best friend, you know. You can say anything to them, you know. You can talk to them at 3 o'clock in the morning. You can call them anytime, or, you know, there are also different kinds of love as well, but, you know, love is really the essence of life itself, period.
I have rocked with you all these years, and I am not about to lose you to your own self-destruction or the hatred of the masses. See, I am old-fashioned. I will love you quietly in that corner. Prepare your dinner, draw a warm bath, nurture you into strength, guide you back onto narrow path. I am the blaze of the sun to light your way. I will remind you of your worth and help you fight to live, to see another day. Black man, I have loved you since birth, and I am in this battle with you until we both leave this earth. Thank you.
What we're trying to express here is that love is abstract.
My best friend is back, Yolanda. When I met her, it was like an instant girl crush. And I remember being like, oh, I want to know her. I hadn't felt that way since I was like in 3rd grade and wanted to be the cool girls. But I met her and I knew I wanted her to be my best friend. And it's weird to kind of get a best friend when you're like 30, but I knew I wanted her to be my best friend, and she kind of agreed, and she helped me out so much because she was like, love, you only wear babies. You can't do that for the rest of your life. And so she really helped my wardrobe, and I used to just wear tans and shit all the time, and so, you know, that's my girl. I gotta shout her out.
My best friend is Brandy as well, and I'm the one who told her to stop wearing beige. It's hard for me to talk about this. I'm gonna try not to cry.
Cry.
No. My love is Brandy and Gabe together. When I first met Brandy, I was kind of a loner and kind of learning myself in my 20s, and she kind of accepted me as a sister. I literally lived with Brandy and Gabe every Friday for like a year. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up, but they make everything okay. I'm a little different and abnormal, and they make everything okay. And I guess that's what love is. Accepting somebody for who they are, period. No pretense. It's okay that I fart on Brandy. It's okay that I may come to our house, I haven't showered. It's okay that I'm their single friend and they accept my son as if he's their own. Sorry. So, I guess in essence, that's what love is accepting people as they are, when they are. So, that's my love is.
Love the pain, love the pain, love the pain, love the pain, love the pain. So I'm just trying to but it seems like you guys have defined what love is, but we seem to forget that at the end of the day, love is a lot of work. You know, we're sitting here watching this artist. She clearly loves her craft, and she's working towards her craft, making something beautiful come out of her craft. But I'm sure she has to work towards that craft. At one moment in time, you know, she was paying six figures. And look at what she's doing now.
She said she never did those
Maybe
things.
she wasn't, maybe she was that talented, you know. To bring my point full circle, it's just you have to work towards what you love. Like, I love jazz now, but I have to work towards it to prove it to her that I love her, you know. Everybody loves their craft. You love sport, you love something. You have to work towards it to get better at your craft because that's what you love. So, love is a lot of work. So, you have to work towards love.
I think it's important to just remember to endure, you know, get through it. You know, you get through it, and if you love somebody and you love something, it's worth it. I mean, even with artistic mixtape, it's a lot of work, but it's so worth it, because like I said, I told Gabe and I told my best friend, I was just sitting in a cubicle being miserable. Everybody who worked at State, don't repeat that. Don't try to go back home Monday and say, yeah, she said she was miserable. But you know, I mean, this is different and this is pleasurable in a different type of way. And to the people who support me with this, I know it's gotta be love. I know it's gotta be love, because you can't wait to be 35 and be like, oh, I want to start rapping again and I'm gonna do art shows. And people better not be like, huh? Okay, so I know it's love. A couple of other topics we wanted to talk about. Has anybody seen Hidden Fences? You know what I mean. Hidden Fences. I'm like, your worship, Hidden Fences.
She put both of the movies together. You need to go see Fences and Hidden Figures.
Okay, I'm not messing with Gabe. But Hidden Figures. Yes. Right? It was love all throughout that movie. That movie to me was really like a black love fest. And
Orgy of black love.
how did it turn into an orgy? It was something decent. I don't even know what to say now. Okay, so my purpose was, the movie was filled with examples of black love, you know, throughout the movie, you know. You can see how the husband had to support his wife, and just like how even the women working in that room together, it wasn't no time to hate on your co-workers back then, because it was only like 10 of y'all in there working. So the sister circle was tight. But just you know, black love and love throughout our community.
As I grew up, I began to better appreciate the level of elegance and power that surrounds dark-skinned women. Every time you enter a room, it's like the entire atmosphere is different. I mean, what am I to do? I'm up here, it's my turn on my next line, and I see you in that plaid shirt looking cute, and I just want to take a second to admire the beauty that's in you. And that's true for you and every other woman that shares your excellent complexion. I'm mesmerized that your skin has just been blessed with such perfection. You're like a school, it's like a Lisa Turtle in a school full of Jessies and Kellys. If you were the babe by my side, I'd make you screech every time the bell dings. My first, second, third season Vivian Banks. I'm enamored with your energy. I'm enamored with your energy. Now that the subconscious media conditioning jazz is going out the door, I'm falling for you harder than Trevor did Hillary. Now, I'm not trying to perpetuate colorism or cause some Willie Lynch type of division in women. I believe all women matter. Right now, I just want to show my chocolate women some attention.
God is love. And we are called to love unconditionally, without bias and without ulterior motives and without ultimatums. And so regardless of how I feel about you and my emotions, my heart tells me to love you anyway. And so it's not predicated on romance or any, love doesn't mean a physical connection. It just means being compassionate towards your fellow man, to do what you can for those people regardless of the situation. If I'm available and I can help you out, I help you out because that's what love is. So I don't even have to like you to love you.
Right.
But I have to be generous and I have to be compassionate and I have to be kind in order to say that my love is real. And so for me, that's what love is. It's being compassionate and kind when I could be right.
And sometimes I need you to tell me that what I do still matters. That I'm not here for no reason, but I'm here on purpose. So I take my pen, I use it like a scalpel to give life to those that are dying, reunite the dying with the living, giving the living their second chances. I take my pen, I use it like a scalpel to free my audience from every struggle. Every word like a shot of analgesic. And in my hands I hold life, and through your tears I will promise you freedom. My pen is my scalpel. My stage is my hospital. You are my patience, and my poetry is your medicine. I'm certain.
Love to me means it's unconditional. Like, no matter what happens, it's always going to be there. You can go away and come back. But it's unconditional. It's forever. And you don't have to question things. When you question things, it leads you to doubt. You really start to wonder, is this love? But I'm not even going to my mind. This is nobody. But I will say, like, Miss Gray is like my best friend. We met back in like 9th grade, I think it was. She was new to school. When I first met her, we couldn't stand each other. We were going back and forth, could not stand each other at all. And
you know me now, though.
English, we had an English teacher that started a journalism class, and she put us both in journalism. So we were really good writers. She's very intelligent. And so she put us together to work on a story or something like that. And we were just kind of like, I'm not trying to work. Can you please pick somebody else? But it ended up working out. And I forgot what that story was, but we've been friends ever since. And she's left, gone to the Navy. We've been through everything. I know I can tell her anything. She won't ever judge me. So, like, I love her. There's nothing anybody can tell me about her or do anything come in between our friendship. It just won't happen. And now all my other friends like her, love her, family love her. So that's love. It's just unconditional. It's unquestionable. Not the question. It's just there, you know.
Is my wife Brandon driving? But it's not just any driving. She's driving on 95 South at about 70 miles an hour. On the longest distance that she's ever had to drive for anybody, and she was driving it for me. You have to understand that she hates to drive. She hates it. Now what you also don't know is I actually have physical evidence of the day that Randy first said to me, I love you. It was this day. See, y'all are going off, but that's how she did. She was like, you know I love you, right? That's no lie. You know I love you, right? I'm just saying, I'm sorry. So you have to understand that she hates driving, and she drove to come to me and to come with me and meet my parents in Savannah. This is her knowing that she already loved me, but not knowing if I loved her back. My love is knowing, but not knowing. This collage of pictures, in case you can't tell, is the day I proposed to my wife, Randy. Obviously, she said yes. But you may not be able to tell if my mother-in-law's in half the pictures. Hey, Lord. I married both. This was Randy knowing that she wanted to marry me, but not knowing what our marriage was going to be like. My love is knowing, but not knowing.
You want to say I had a waistline?
You still do. And then she did this. For anybody that can't tell, that's where she carried and nurtured and created life from her very womb. She did this for me. Now, this is her knowing what we was going to have to do to get it. But not knowing what our life was going to be like when we had a baby. My love is knowing. So it's going to be really hard for you to see what this is. But I'm going to show everybody, and I'm actually going to speed this up a little bit because I'm not going to keep y'all all night. That tiny speck in that water is my wife, Brandy, who can't swim. We went out into the waters of Hawaii, and she asked me to teach her to swim. And she said, I'm going to let you teach me because I trust you. She knew that I would never let anything happen to her. But she knows that I don't want to swim that way. My love is knowing, but not knowing. On to more. This is our family. That's me, my wife, my dog. We moved out into the suburbs and got jobs and did all of this stuff. She did this for me because she knew that she wanted to be with me, but she didn't know what our life was going to be like. This is what our life was like. My love is knowing, but not knowing. My love is knowing, but not knowing, and working on it anyway. Love is a project. The Love Is Project. Thank you.
For me, my love is very much, love is evolution, because when Gabe and I met, I remember one of our first dates, we went to King's Dominion, and I remember being so nervous thinking, how would we want to be in a car together for an hour and a half? What were we going to talk about? So I was really nervous about it, but we went down there, we walked the whole park, and we had a great time. And it was like, okay, now I know I can see this guy on the weekend, and we can really kind of vibe and get along. So it was a big step being in the car with somebody for an hour and a half at that time. We walked the park, and what he didn't know about me was years later, my leg is bad now, I got flat feet. So I ain't walking no parks. I'm like, look, we need to sit down somewhere. So yeah, I would say love is evolution. Also, one thing that made me feel like Gabe just stood apart from everybody else that I dated. I remember it was like when we first started dating, and we were both seeing other people. You know, both of us had quite, reputations when we were single. No shame, no shade, just being honest. Because we had known each other for a whole, maybe 2 years before he was single and I was single, and he was really, really single, and we could get together, so, okay. So we were dating and everything, and I was still kind of, clearing out the closet. He was clearing out the closet, getting people out of the house, getting, burning sage and shit like that. So I will never forget, I had dated other people, and so what was going on was I had a TV, and it would fuzz out sometimes. It would just kind of fuzz out. And, other people, they come over like, oh, your TV don't work, so that's for you. But I remember he bought me a television for Valentine's Day. And it doesn't sound like a very romantic gift, but he's so silly. But him buying me a TV meant that he wanted to be around for a while. That's a big commitment. It was just purposeful and very intentional. And I appreciated it. He has always been very purposeful in my life, and I really couldn't ask for much more. I just couldn't. We were getting ready for one of the events maybe like a month ago, and he prayed with me. And people, I don't want to be on camera, I'm crying.
Too late.
People will do a lot, but when a person prays for you, that's just like a whole different level of love. And